Singapore firms are set to create some 24,000 skilled jobs and give a $17.8 billion boost to the economy. And that's with the help the companies received from Enterprise Singapore last year. The agency wants to ramp up efforts in getting firms to go global and become more green. Chloe Chu reports.
It's just muck that may seem worthless. But for food waste upcycling company Ento Industries, there's a profit to be made from it. Such food waste would usually be tossed away and incinerated. Instead, it will feed billions of black soldier flies.
We wanted to kind of expand the range of food waste that we're taking in. We wanted to take in the ones that were kind of less treated, the ones that were more perishable. We want to be able to valorize all that food waste and turn it into something that can be used within Singapore itself to advance, the agricultural production.
It might seem quiet on the surface, but underneath, you have about 60,000 black soldier fly larvae that'll be ready for harvesting in a couple of days. They're feeding on a processed mix of meat and vegetable cuttings and other food waste. After this, the contents of this tray will be used to make either animal feed or fertilizer. The firm can process up to 2 tons of waste in a day. It's also upgrading its machinery to increase output. The aim is to have around 80% of the facility automated for efficiency. Ento Industries is among the 18,100 firms that ESG worked with in 2022. The goal was to build new business capabilities and innovate. But now, the agency is going big on sustainability. More companies are also making it a priority. And ESG has a plan to help firms kickstart their green journey.
We will look at building new capabilities in areas such as sustainability standards and carbon accounting. We will also be diving deeper into sustainability initiatives at a sectoral level to tailor them for the unique needs of the industry. This will be done through a series of sustainability playbooks, courses and sector initiatives with reputable knowledge and industry partners.
ESG is also doubling its efforts to help firms internationalize. Last year, it supported 2,000 firms in going global. That's 25% more than the year before. As borders reopened in a post-COVID world, firms are eager to scale up and venture abroad. And Ento Industries is no exception.
One of the countries that we're looking to move into is Indonesia, where the aquaculture sector is very, very big. A lot of the agricultural produce, the agricultural byproducts that can be used for black soldier fly feed, they are going to waste. There isn't exactly a fixed utility for this.
Firms aiming to expand into other markets can expect more resources and support, such as strategic partnerships or consultations from ESG.
For more, we speak to Clarence Ho, Executive Director for the Americas and Europe at Enterprise Singapore. Mr. Ho, Enterprise Singapore has a mission to take local companies overseas. What will it take to get more firms to venture beyond Singapore?
I think first, thank you. It's a great opportunity to be here to speak to you. It is important for companies to really look at going overseas because everyone is doing so and everyone is ramping up so they catch up on where they have left off or try to gain a first mover advantage on the new opportunities. So for us, not to be left out, Singapore companies really need to double down on internationalization. And I think they are doing so. Just now, you have already said that we supported 2,000 companies on their internationalization efforts. And this is really a 25% increase from last year. What was not said was that there are actually 900 companies that actually explored overseas for the first time. So Enterprise Singapore will work with our companies to grow and diversify in the overseas market.
What sectors or types of businesses will Enterprise Singapore target to help them go global?
Well, there's probably no specific sector, but what is key is every market has its own unique opportunities. Every market has its own growth, as well as understanding what are the opportunities is important. So this is where our overseas centers seek to build up strong market insights to know what they are, understand the operating environment so they can give a sense of what works and what doesn't, grow our network of partners with governments and businesses so they provide the services and resources to support Singapore companies' market entry. And there are many opportunities. Like, for example, in Southeast Asia, opportunities are different from US and Europe. For Southeast Asia, they continue to be good potential for consumer, digital, and sustainable infrastructure. While in the US and Europe, there's strong potential for technology, innovation, and sustainability. So from there, we'll then identify what are the usual market entry models and build up our network partners to support our companies. So since I cover the US, I have one such example actually. The US is a huge consumer market, and over the last few years, we identified a new trend, which is the conscious consumer segment. This is a group of customers seeking products and services that enhance with emphasis on health and wellness and sustainability. So we wanted, once the borders open up, to be able to help bring our companies to test the market. So we're able to bring 10 last year. But however, we need to make sure it was successful. Our companies can engage the US consumers. So we identified to work with a local US partner called Showfields, which is an experiential concept space that help to feature products so US consumers can get to feel our Singapore brands and products firsthand.
Mr. Ho,
after that, we rework with our companies to...
Yeah, Mr. Ho, ESG also wants firms to expand further than Southeast Asia and China. What other markets, besides the one that you've listed as well, are you looking at, and what potential do they hold?
Sorry, I didn't quite catch you.
So ESG wants, firms to expand further than Southeast Asia and China, and also beyond the countries that you've listed. What other markets do you want them to explore, and what potential do these markets hold?
Well, first of all, you said it, China and Southeast Asia will continue to be the mainstay because they continue to be huge growth opportunities for our Singapore companies. And we'll continue to therefore look at other regions, but we'll be very specific on the kind of opportunities that are available there. For example, in US, in Europe, as well as in Middle East, and as well as markets that are emerging and growing. They are like Latin America as well as Africa. We'll then look at helping to build awareness so that our companies are aware and they can take the opportunities whenever they are ready to do so.
Mr. Ho, by going further away, it may mean also more risks and challenges for these businesses. So what risks do they face, and what kind of support can ESG offer?
Yes, there can be challenges. The most further market regions will experience issues like time zone, and of course, potentially the issues of language. Well, Enterprise Singapore has 36 overseas centers. We believe that our colleagues based in some of these centers will have network market information that we can share with our companies so that they will be able to be equipped as well as have access to networks, to partners, to businesses, so they can access the market effectively.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. That was Clarence Ho from Enterprise Singapore.